Are big box stores removing Magic the Gathering product? What does that mean for you and for stores and for Magic the Gathering? Well, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name's Louie. I hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. This weekend I was strolling through Walmart with my 2-year-old to get some food, and I noticed that they had rearranged everything. And as I usually do, I usually walk by the trading card aisle in order to just see what's selling at Walmart so I can kind of evaluate what I am doing at my local store and how business is going. Well, I couldn't find the aisle. I could not find the trading cards anywhere in the store. So luckily, one of the employees of Walmart, one of the wonderful employees of Walmart, actually goes to my LGS and shops there pretty frequently, a couple times a week. So I texted him, I just said, hey man, what's going on with the trading card game aisle? And he told me, and again, this store, they just renovated the whole thing. They just redid the entire layout of the store. But he told me that this particular Walmart has phased out trading card games completely. They will not be stocking any trading card games in the aisles. And this kind of lines up with a feeling that I had recently based on what distribution is sending for Double Masters and now even Modern Horizons 2. Currently, the product that I am getting from distribution are the retail packs, 1-pack boxes. They're calling them the Omega packs of these products that used to go to Walmart and these big box stores. They were not, allocated as much to these local game stores. They were sent to the big boxes because realistically, who wants to buy just one blister pack in an LGS? It's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's a weird product. But here's the truth of the matter, and you probably know this and have heard this, but the flashy era of Magic the Gathering has increased the rate of theft at these stores like Walmart and Target, and particularly Walmart. I think it's just has a wider range than Target, but in particular Walmart is what you see on the internet of people who are basically scamming Walmart and stealing packs. So what they were doing originally with Throne of Eldraine, the collector booster packs were in the same kind of packaging as a regular booster pack. And what people were doing was taking a stack of 12 of the collector booster packs and putting one regular booster pack on top and then scanning them and then, in the self-checkout lane. That was going on. So then what Wizards did is they said, okay, we're gonna make the packaging bigger so you can't do that. You can't get away with it as easily. But then what people have started doing now is they buy these big packaging. It's ridiculous, right? Like the Double Masters collector pack, the box for the single Omega pack is like twice the size of a Double Masters collector box that you get at your LGS. Anyway, they've been taking these and they will open the cards, and because it's just a cardboard box, they reseal it and they return it to Walmart. And what this comes down to is that, simply put, that Walmart is no expert in the TCG space, and the employees of Walmart, really, other than John, who I texted and he hooked me up with this information, other than John, they're not experts. They have no clue what they're doing with trading card games. So when somebody comes to return a box, they don't understand that the value has probably been taken out and now it's just a pack full of rares. They don't even open it, they just return it. They don't really care because they're just an employee at Walmart. And what this has driven, though, is that Walmart doesn't really, I don't know exactly how it works, I'm just gonna be fully transparent, but Walmart doesn't really own the cards. They are basically a storefront for like MJ Holdings and these other distribution companies. I know that the SKUs are different. When you go and ring out a card, a pack of cards, it doesn't even say the specific card, Throne of Eldraine or collector box or whatever. It just says MTG product because MJ Holdings is the one that does the inventory and that whole thing and that whole side. So my gut is that it is MJ Holdings and these other companies that is taking the brunt of those returns, that they are actually feeling it even more than a store like Walmart, which probably doesn't really even affect Walmart's bottom line. So these stores or these companies are having a hard time getting hit with a ton of returns, and it's really affecting their profit margins, and it's causing them to have to reconsider how they are offering these products. Now, we are also seeing the same thing happen on Amazon in a little bit different ways. We're seeing repacked boxes and that kind of thing. And here's my prediction. If the flashy era of Magic the Gathering does not stop, because we didn't see this as much in the past. I'm sure you still had theft, people stealing packs, that kind of thing. You always have theft in these stores, especially in a hobby like Magic the Gathering. You're always going to have that kind of desire to get more and more and more, and that temptation is pretty great in a hobby like ours. But in the past, the rate of theft was probably a lot less due to the size of the value. The packs didn't really change size a whole lot, but the value in the pack really increased. It didn't really become more difficult to steal, but what you got as a result of stealing increased significantly, increased very significantly. So I think my prediction is that if the flashy era continues and we continue to see these set booster packs and collector booster packs and $100 packs from Walmart and whatever, that we will continue to see this, and that rate of increase, or the rate of stealing, the rate of theft, will cause these companies to stop selling at these big box stores. I guess they could put into place a no return policy, but my gut says, and this is not, I have no inside source on this, but my gut says that Walmart won't allow a no return product to be sold at their store because they don't want to do that. They want to be able to be a returning store, a store that accepts returns and that kind of stuff. So what's going to happen is that these stores are going to stop selling at these companies. And that's what brings up Amazon, because Amazon, I think, is going to continue to be a problem, even become a bigger problem moving forward. So what does this mean for you? What does this mean for LGSs? And what does this mean for the game in general? Well, for you, I think it doesn't matter if you have a local game store. To be honest, if you have a local game store and you are buying packs at Walmart, and your local game store is good, and they don't, they don't overcharge significantly, and whatever, you need to start buying at your local game store as well. Now, granted, I am very biased, but when people come into my store and they say things like, "Oh my gosh, I just bought this thing at Target," or "Oh my gosh, I just bought this, I pulled this Liliana from a pack I bought at GameStop," and I'm like, "What did you pay?" And they're like, "I bought a bundle for $40. I'm like, "Wait, we have bundles here for $40. It's kind of frustrating, and you should shop at your local game store rather than these big box companies, in my opinion. Now, I'm extremely biased, but that's my opinion. But if you don't have an LGS, this kind of sucks. If you don't have a place to buy your cards and to produce the source for your hobby, and now Walmart was that, and they're getting rid of it. If that happens, countrywide, that's gonna suck, and that's gonna feel bad. So my encouragement to you is to find some online stores or some people online that you trust where you can get some product. Maybe this is a friend from another state that's able to buy product from their LGS and ship it to you. Maybe it's my website, cavdansmarket.com. I don't know, whatever works for you. So find some places that you can trust to acquire the product, because I do think it's going to be harder for you to get product at Walmart moving forward. The other thing for stores, I think this is great. For stores, the competition at the big box level has always existed. And to be honest, the very few people, I think, who attend a local game store actually buy product at other stores or other big box things. But for stores, I think this is great. It's going to drive people to ask the question, okay, I can't find cards here anymore. And the person who works at Walmart even said, he's had some people come up and ask him, where did the Magic cards go? And he said, we don't stock them anymore. You should go on over to Cavdanes Market. And that's led to some business for me as a local game store. And that's fantastic. And it will also, I think, result in more people being involved in a local community, which is a huge win, and which leads me to the third part, which is, what does this mean for the game and for Wizards of the Coast? If this happens, again, I'm not saying that every Walmart tomorrow won't have product. Your local Walmart might still have product, but it seems like some Walmarts that are doing renovations and that kind of stuff are starting to phase this out. So I do think moving forward in the next 2 or 3 years, this could be a bigger deal. deal. And for the game, what this means is that they need to lean into the LGS a little bit more. Things like the Friday Night Magic video for the recent Dominaria set that came out was featuring Post Malone. It was super exciting, super fun. And they highlighted Friday Night Magic, and then they went and played Friday Night Magic at somebody's house. And Wizards needs to remember that they grew alongside the local game store. It wasn't Amazon that helped them become where they are. It wasn't Walmart that helped them become where they are. It was Wizards and the local game store working together. And I think Wizards believes this, and I think Wizards understands this. But that bottom line at Hasbro and whatever causes a lot of drama, especially on Amazon and that kind of stuff. But Wizards, in my opinion, needs to lean into the local game store. I'm not saying, listen, they're not going to stop selling on Amazon. They're not going to stop that stuff. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is things like those videos that need to highlight local game stores as a place to play and that community element. What's missing from you buying packs at Walmart is the ability to meet more people who play the game that you love. Maybe you run into somebody in the aisle at Walmart. That actually happened to me once. I was like, hey, do you play Magic? And they're like, yeah. I was like, do you want to play Commander? They were like, yeah. They turned out to be a great friend. But that doesn't happen to everyone. And by going to a local game store, you learn when the events are. You learn about Pauper, and on Mondays we have Pauper at the store, and we have free decks for you to try and for you to play. So you learn about these games and these different formats, and you end up being a part of a community. And that is the gathering part of the Magic the Gathering experience. And so I think by leaning into this and focusing more on the local game store, this game can really see a significant shift away from those things. So very curious what you think. Is this a good thing or a bad thing that potentially these big box stores are moving away from trading card games and from Magic? Now, I will say we didn't mention Pokemon at all, but if you're still here, you guys know I do love Pokemon. I don't get to talk about it too much on the channel. But last year Target took like a hiatus of selling all these products as a result of the Pokemon hype and people basically punching each other to get Pokemon cards. Now this is a little different because I don't think people were really returning Pokemon cards. It's kind of a different experience in the different communities. I'm sure some people were, but it's kind of a different factor and a different issue. So it'd be really interesting to see at Walmart, at some Walmarts, do you see a Magic the Gathering aisle that just has like draft boosters and set boosters, no collectors or none of that stuff, and then all the Pokemon products? Or will this phase out for both games? It'll be really interesting to see. Anyway, hope you have yourself a fantastic day. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. Remember to be kind to the people around you, and we'll see you again next video.